Yeah, I think it's Mother Nature over here, too. I mean, you can certainly help Mother Nature along a little bit, but there ain't no substitute for Mother Nature. It's kind of like cubic inches, Ain't no replacement for displacement. Well, Mother Nature is our displacement. Hey, 888 Motor Mouth Maul working this thing. And by the way, I should have mentioned, I am 600 feet above sea level. The base of the tower is at...
I'll get back with you, 346. Sit back.
Denver's sitting at 600. I think Santa Maria is at what, 250 feet or 240 feet, something like that. I forget what it is, but or 200 and I forget what it is. Anyway, so I'm not really that high up off the ground because I might be 400 feet or so, or a little less than 400 feet above average terrain. So that's where I'm sitting over here to break. So it's pretty much all Mother Nature too. But yeah, I did the test with several stations. I did it with Switchblade, 955, Derail, a few different stations, and the takeoff angle and arrival angle really does change drastically when you go up and down. Can be as much as and you don't see a big change as you go up higher from one to the next. So let's say you're at one peak and it drops, and then you keep going. You think, oh, it'll slowly creep up. No, it doesn't really until you get really, really, really close, within like a foot or so.
Hey, Pinto Pete, roll it back up in the air again. Let me hear that thing. Get down.
That's a whole lot of dBs. And it's all about dBirds and dBs. dBird watts and decibels. I might have let too much out of the bag.
Hey, Timbo, Roger. Hey, Gunslinger. I take a break over here. Gunslinger, how about Saturday? Wait, sit back. Double nickel, snake, how about Saturday? Where you get down? Yeah, check, Mr. You have a good one. Double nickel, we're standing by. Yeah, you made it out. Hey, you made it out.
Is a good idea. The only thing that you lose with the hazer is, if you're not all the way up, you can only turn...
757, Tennessee. 757, Tennessee. Say, God, how about where you get down?
Set it up so that you orient your tower the right way, and then have it so you go all the way up with the antenna, turn it, and then come down with it, and then you...
Hey, Roger, 20 degrees all the way,
degrees of rotation the other direction. So you can get a little bit more of an overlap and all that, and then you can utilize...
Hey, that's my 757 tempo. Roger, get down.
MDPL 572 U.S. Tower, and so it's positive pull up, positive pull down, and the antenna's right up on top. But you can certainly use a hazer and do the same thing. Just, orient the tower just right, and then build your hazer with a little bit of a standoff, not right up against the tower, and then you can pull your boom on one side or the other side of the tower, and you go all the way to the top, and then pick up whichever direction you want. And, whichever way you talk the most, and that's what you can get out of it there, Brink.
How about it, Redneck 331, Diesel Rocket, Arizona.
Yep, exactly. Nice to have that flexibility, you know, and as long as we don't get going, elevation and azimuth are both equally important. So, you know, I think you might as well not limit yourself and have the best of all worlds and get the best. Because it's a huge thing. Like I go into Switchblade, for example. I'd be talking to Switchblade and I'd be getting feet on by 278 on a big, you know, or the 245 and on a big, all the big hammers off on the west side. And then I would drop. I would start kind of high. I would keep the antenna up kind of high. Then I would drop down. And suddenly it would pick up at this one spot. It would just peak up big time. I could see Switchblade signal come up way up through the roof. And I'd key down. So nothing. And I'd key down again. Bam! John, what did you do? Nothing. I just moved my antenna a little bit. And it made all the difference in the world. So, yeah, it's a powerful tool to break.
Where in the world is 445 radio, man?
That's the hot ticket right there. You know, your takeoff angle drops quite a bit when you get that height. And, you know, that's why the, you know, bridges, a lot of people say, oh, it's because the bridge is made out of metal. He's got a ground plane. No, that's not why. It's because he's up high off the ground and his takeoff angle comes down lower. It's the same thing as the, well, not the same thing, but similar to when somebody puts an antenna on a mobile. Let's say you put the antenna right smack dab on top of the mobile where it's supposed to be. And you tune the antenna the best you can. You get the good SWR and everything. Of course, we all know that SWR doesn't mean anything as far as how an antenna works. But anyway, you know, well, not everybody knows that. But anyway, so you tune it all up and it talks and you get whatever you get. Well, then you go and add all the ground straps. You ground your doors, you ground your hood, you ground your cab, you ground your bed, you ground your bed and the cab to the frame, and you ground everything. At least you get a really good ground on there. Then suddenly your antenna's all out of whack. The tuning's all wrong. You got to retune everything. And of course, you tune it with an electrical half-wave length of coax or multiples of. If you're in a base station, but in your mobile, you tune it with an electrical half-wave length of coax. And suddenly you pick up a 2 or 3 S units because now the antenna's working properly and the takeoff angle comes down. You know, now it's as good as that's going to get. Now you take that whole thing and you put that on the bridge. So yeah, a lot of little things people overlook. Again, there's another cat out of the bag to break.
Okay, Al, back on the side. Oh, right there, 542, double echo, waving our hand. At the moment, if that was 500, I'm waving back to SoCal 542 Senate.
That's the way it's supposed to be. You know, I was going to say a DDRR antenna would be kind of cool, but I once you said it had a fiberglass roof, I'm like, Mom, you really can't do that. You got to have a metal roof for the DDRR antenna. Man, I love that antenna. That was a good antenna. I still got that on my Jeep. I got the DDRR antenna on the Jeep, and still works really, really well, and all that stuff. But antennas, all the wives' tales, all CB wives' tales that pertain to coax length and antennas and the tuning and this and that. Some of it, you know, you gotta you gotta disregard a lot of what you hear. But, you know, that can get into even another in-depth conversation about coax lengths and jumper lengths. But, man, that's one that you got to stay clear of because there's a lot of people that'll argue that one. Man, it's bad enough to talk about coax length going to the antenna. Then when you start talking about coax lengths and jumper lengths and their effect on phase angle and all that stuff and maximum power transfer and, oh, my God, it gets crazy. You got to know when to draw. Hey, Triple Eight, you got to know when to draw the line.
Alright, on that 2-1 beam, and we're back live. Oh, right there, 165, double nickel, waving an in. Okay, yeah, we just changing this radio around, make sure it's working. One of them
410. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I was going to get out of here, I don't know, 29 minutes ago. So I have to get out of here now. I will say, appreciate the bump down and the conversation. And not often you get to actually have a conversation on the radio because there's usually a lot of big straps that get up in there and kind of make it, go the other direction. But I will say hello and a good day to you. Enjoy it to its absolute fullest. A big old Merry Christmas and a happy holiday wave. And 73s and a happy and prosperous 2024 coming up around your neck of the woods. By the way, I'll throw some more audio up in there if you need some more audio up in there. I'll throw you a little bit more audio. Not a lot more audio, just a little bit audio. Yo, 888, Motormouth Maul, working the small ball, peen ball.